What is up, everybody? Alright. Let's see if we can get to Morgan today. Might take me a while to remember how to do that boss fight, but pretty sure this account can hack it. And by that I mean hack into the server and beat the boss that way. Clearly. I really should be doing the Valentine's Day event, but it's really boring, so I'm not going to do that. Though I have been playing it on the co-op account off stream, making sure to get a decent amount done there, because it's kind of important. Alright, who needs foe items? The Grand Simp. Yeah, I remember that name. Let's see. Although, I really should play it a little bit just to get those foe items for Herc. I've been playing it some, so might play it once the co-op account finishes it. Who needs foe items? Might just do the filter here, but this account doesn't actually have that many units, so. What about Enkidu? If he's ready, because he's actually pretty important. Oh, this account's actually foed most of the stuff that that's like important for this. What is with this filter system? Why are level 4s and 8s mixed in with like over the 80s and shit? What the hell is on right now? I'm guessing it's one of the like smart sort options. What the fuck? That's so annoying. I'll have to look at my other account and just copy what my normal account is set up. Don't want to deal with the moon runs right now. I hate that party thing though, where it prioritizes people in parties. It's really stupid. Because I know there's a way to turn it off too, so that is probably what it is. But I'll look into that later. Actually, it looks like everyone's foed that's leveled. How about that? Yeah, I think everyone's foed. I guess I'll just hold on to them until I know who we're leveling next. Which, don't really know who that's gonna be, to be honest. It is rather nice that this account, though, can just level whatever it wants. I don't actually have to be budget if I don't want to be. But I naturally like to mix in a healthy dose of budget, but, yeah, it's nice to be able to level random stuff. Alright. I think we still have to save Mash, so we got a little ways before Morgan. You know what? We'll go with that Geronimo. That is a hell of a Geronimo right there. Even on the way to 2K foe, how about that? I bet you this is Giant Ghosts again. What's my best single target option here? Not a lot, so we'll just go with Nursery Rhyme. He's good with that. Have Mozart come in if, like, Tristan dies, because he's not counterclassing. Bring our own Geronimo with his 151 skills, you know, very powerful there. Go Atlas. I feel like debuffs could be a thing. Oh, got Lancer Artoria at NP4, nice. It is really nice to get her to a high NP rank because unfortunately her base NP damage is kind of shit, so it's a good way to get around that problem, and then you get to enjoy the 50% battery and all that. That is a ghost with evade. I'm guessing it gets evade every turn. I think this thing like runs away after a certain amount of turns or something like that. Well, guess who's got sure hit? Do I want to do the art from Nursery Rhyme? Or do I want to do the Brave Chain? I think we'll do the art. I wish I'd brought a damage Mysticode now. Not expecting a lot of debuffs, just drain. It looks like he gets a buff every turn, and I'm assuming that's the evade. Yeah, this is like Lobo Light. I guess we can remove the evade now that we don't have sure hit. Chat, can you believe I'm not gonna do Geronimo's quick up and use his quick card? Can you believe that? Dude, I've been playing FGO for like 5.5 years, 6 years or something, and I'm over here not knowing how to play Geronimo correctly. I've been a fraud this whole time, guys. I'm like one of those guys that like takes someone else's footage and commentates over it like it's their gameplay, and they pretend they're streaming, right? I'm like, that's what I've been doing this whole time. Exposed. I can't believe people actually do that, by the way. Like, a lot of times they get caught, and it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Very strange. Get that 10% chance to crit. Then I realized that I'm actually going to use her card first because Geronimo's higher level, so guess I should have done his Buster up. You couldn't hit Geronimo one time so he could get his NP. Let's just art chain. This is getting very awkward right now. Eating pizza while doing Mario speedrun. Just splice that together real quick. Hey look, Tristan can NP again and he removes the NP seal again. And now we all have evade again. I guess we have Geronimo in. Nah, we'll just save it. I think the fight's over though when you break the health bar. Kind of a shame because we're ready to do a lot of damage here. Yep. I thought that was the case. It's a shame he didn't take his turn first and then retreated, because if you had Bazette, you could fucking kill him right there. That'd be amazing. I wonder if there's any stages like that that you can fuck up. Like, you can kind of fuck up the Abigail gimmick, right? The game kind of freaks out with her dying on her own turn, but it doesn't completely break the fight, it just kind of looks weird. I wonder if there's any gimmicks that you can just straight up break. Yeah, I hear the system requirements for Elden Ring. I didn't look at them very carefully, but I was eating breakfast at the time. But anyway, I hear the Elden Ring PC requirements are kind of high. But I imagine if you put it on minimum settings and all that, it probably won't be too bad. What are we gonna do here? Avenger, let me think. What's this gonna be? Look at the map. Did we fight Lobo again? Because I thought you fought Lobo in this forest. Yeah, it might be Lobo again, or the chieftain or whatever, but coming up on the Veach failure bit. Well, we'll just Herc it. Well, like I told Lost, what you could do is get Elden Ring on PC, put it on the lowest settings. If it runs well, then you're good. If it doesn't, you can always refund it, and then get it on console. But yeah, it's the, not the lowest requirements ever, so. Oh. I guess we can't exactly Herc it. You can't move them either. Oh wait, no you can. Okay. Alright, hold up. We'll double Herc it. Now we could do Beowulf with Herc. That's kind of fun. Let's see. Definitely don't need those two. What do we want on Herc? I feel like he doesn't actually need his Bond CE, but I don't know if he'd need his NP either. So I guess we'll go with it. In case of emergency, that seems good. Alright, I wish we had Cope Scope for Asclepius here. Or a Sakura Scope and then his passive, but you can't get Sakura Scope anymore, so that dream is dead. Either Anniversary, Blonde, or Atlas, because there could be debuffs. But we got story support caster Artoria, so it should be fine. Yeah, I hope a lot of people can get it on PC so we can, you know, play together. I'm going to use the whole group password. That's like a new system where if you use a group password opposed to a regular password, you can still see normal summons, normal bloodstains, all that kind of stuff. But then it prioritizes seeing other people with the same group password, and those people, their bloodstain will be a different color, their summon signs will be a different color, or their phantom color will be a different color, stuff like that, so they kind of stand out. And from what I understand in the network test, people in the same group password summon would their bloodstains would last longer and stuff. So it was really easy to see where your friends and stuff died and whatnot. So that's really exciting. Hey Cairo, we're fighting the blobs apparently. Alright, there's definitely debuffs here, so I should have brought Atlas, but we'll make it work. Also, we should have brought an AoE servant, but Darius would have been good. Go ahead and guts. I guess you have cast Artoria get NP because we're gonna break the bar. No other normal cards are gonna matter. Hey, seeing when your friends died is hilarious. Because there's a lot of areas in the game everyone's gonna play through, right? So if you're in like a dungeon or whatever and people in your password summon have the password on, obviously, you're going to see their bloodstains, right? Like, it's not really a matter of chance at that point. Look at all of those dots. Did they just all attack Beowulf? There was no taunt or anything. You might not need that buster up. We'll do like, you know what, we'll do it, and maybe we get lucky and he one-shots one of these. For command codes would really come in handy. Damn. That would have been awesome if you just killed that, because then you'd have broken the bar on the other one. Oh my god, yeah, I was playing Nioh last night, and in Nioh, when you see bloodstains of other players, instead of seeing their last moments, you can summon them, but as like an AI controlled, but it'll be their character, their build, and in the location they died, and you can fight them for various reasons. But if you can also just look at their bloodstain, and it'll tell you what killed them and when and stuff. And we found this player's bloodstain by a collectible. There was like a collectible on the map, and behind the collectible was just a drop into water that would kill you, right? But it was pretty obvious, you know, that the water was there, and you could just, there was nothing, no enemies around. So I was so weird. Why is there a blood stain here? So I look at it and it said they drowned. So they must have like been sprinting towards the collectible and just overshot it and went straight into the water and killed themselves. So I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. So I summoned their spirit, and then the AI just instantly took a back step and went right into the water again and drowned again. So I'm like, okay, well, we know how that happened. Attracted to water there, but do I guts now? I still have invulnerability, yeah. Unfortunately, Beowulf's gonna die to the dots. Also, Herc's gonna have a really bad time with the dots. You do need water to live. He applies so many dots off of one attack there. Hey look, it's Asclepius though. How about that? Herc, please don't fail me. Like, you're NP1, and you have a craft essence that doesn't boost your damage at all, and you don't have your buster up from your third skill, but you are a level 100 2k foe. Okay, no defense down means it's dead. There we go. Hey look, more dots. Even though we had the debuff resistance buff from Asclepius, didn't block it. This is not an efficient way to do this stage, but it is working. So Herc hasn't had a single guts go off yet, but it'll happen. Also, Asclepius's anti-debuff is not working out so good. Like, the immunity worked, but the the what do you call it? Resistance. The resistance one hasn't worked. Damn it. Well, there's a gut. Got nothing else to do this in turn, so I might as well have her NP. Yeah, basically they just realized it was really boring to have every berserker have the exact same personality, so they started having them speak, at least to some degree. The prize caster Artoria is still alive. Also, Herc is not even close to being dead. He's got all 3 of his guts left. So he hasn't lost a single one of the guts that don't come back. He's still got his evade. He's got invulnerability. He's got... And before any of all that would be done, he'd have this guts back. Still have the guts from the Mystic Codes. Like, Herc isn't even close to defeat here. He's not even close to losing a single stack of his craft essence. And TG, thank you for the 17 months. Long time. Appreciate it. Herc kinda good. He is indeed. Now, if only we could get him to be NP2 and have literally any of his passives from the coin system, that would be great. We only had 2 units that were actually ours on that whole team. A nickel for your thoughts? It's a penny for your thoughts. You know this, Lost. By the way, Mev isn't worth a penny, by the way. Okay, Avengers again. Inflation? True. At that point, though, it'd be like, you know, $3, let's be honest. 1 second, I don't know where the hell my water is. I think I got the water and then I just left it in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. Okay, I have water now. So we do need to use the Lolly Dragon against the 1.2 million dragon. See how she does, because we were doing Lancers the other day. That needs to happen. Alright, if it's AoE again, I should really bring an AoE Berserker. Okay, we'll do Darius, and if it's single target, Hercules has probably got it under control anyway. Oh, I think this is the one where the Lolly Dragon has to kill it or something. So, like, your units don't really matter. I think that's what this is. I may be getting something mixed up, but I think that's the case. Actually, we'll do Tristan, because he's got debuff clear. Yeah, that's good. Alright, good enough. What's up, Arjuna? How you doing? Oh, and Arjuna with the 45 months, level up. Super, super long sub there. Chat's grandma right there. Boy, that is a messed up dragon. Pretty sure that's because we're like at the... where Abion died. Okay, she actually has her third skill this time. I think these guys have guts unless she kills them. I think that's how it works. Is she rank 10 now? She is rank 10 now. How much damage can she do? Do it like that. Madeir, yeah, it is kind of similar. Oh, are you sick, Arjuna? Feels bad. And our background artists actually do a pretty good job in FGO. Like the 3D like rendering and everything looks terrible, pretty much always in FGO. But the aesthetic and lighting and everything, they always do a good job. But yeah, all the 3D like quality is always atrocious. But they are using Unity. But I've seen some Unity games that are still able to make decent 3D models. I don't know why it's so bad. They're actually NP right now. Not sure that's worth it though. Don't need to do Asclepius' skill yet. Yeah, Genshin isn't exactly a 10 out of 10 looking game either. Especially when you look at they use their aesthetic to really hide how basic their 3D models are. Like if you actually look at the 3D models in Genshin, they're not very good. But their aesthetic hides it very well, and they're still much better 3D models than what you see in FGO. FGO's got like really bad textures and stuff, and very rigid edges. And it's not like these days mobile games can look much better than that and not even be that demanding. But yeah, I just think it's something to do with their whole process, because they pretty much always look that way. But it's not that big of a deal. The 2D stuff is what most of the focus is on. They are hiring new 3D artists though, so who knows, maybe it'll get better in the future. That'd be kind of interesting. And she's got some crazy eyebrows there on her card art. Problem is the wine completely messed up my sleep. That doesn't normally happen. Oof. Like how we went from not having enough NP to NP at all, and now we're at 300%. So we've lost the buffs from Caster or Artoria because of that, unfortunately. Man, I haven't really seen anything of Pokemon Legend, or Legends, or whatever it's called. But I randomly dropped it on Cairo twice playing it. Okay, it's still rezzing. Do I have to use the dragon form? Maybe we have to use the dragon form. Anyway, and he was always riding around on like a deer mount in like an open field foresty kind of place. So it was like Elden Ring, and I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, every time. Well, let's see if it's the dragon form. We are really whiffing value on our skills, but I'm gonna cast this just to get rid of the dots and such. Yeah, I've heard from Cairo and other people that the new game is like actually mixing up the formula, so it's a bit more interesting than normal. What is that emote loss? Dear lord. Gone ogre mode. Also, I think the game crashed. I don't know. I'll give it a second. Every once in a while, it recovers itself. I don't know why, but the Herc account just crashes a lot. Actually, yesterday I couldn't even play FGO. My phone had like an operating system update, which I didn't think anything of, and it just made FGO completely, like, it just went to hell. Like, both my secure folder like wouldn't work at all, and it would crash in like seconds, like literally seconds, where the regular FGO would still normally crash, but it would take a little while. But they were just consistently crashing, but thankfully they patched it like that night, and then it worked fine. This is the Parasitic Queen theme. Yeah, we'll play more Nioh. I actually had a really good time with it. I kind of wish I'd started playing it sooner because Elden Ring is so soon. So there's like no, I might not even finish the first game in time. And then regardless of that, I'm definitely not playing the sequel. Yeah, it looks like you had to kill it with the dragon form NP. But it's good, like it's real good. Yeah, if you want, Cairo, I can help you with that. Like, it's not too hard to install, but I can help you with the little details. The main thing is, before you install it, because honestly, installing it is so easy. It takes no effort at all. First off, make sure you download 2.2. When you go to the Nexus page, make sure you scroll down and download 2.2, because that's the latest version. Before you install it, though, go into your game, go into Dark Souls, and make sure you set it to launch in offline mode. That way, if you like go to play your original account again down the road and you still have the mod on accident, you won't get banned. So you just go into the game, turn it to launch in offline mode, back up your saves, put those saves somewhere else, and then yeah, you can. Installing it is basically just download it, use 7-zip on it, you know, just extract it and take all the files that it extracts and put them into your game directory. That's pretty much it. So it's mainly just make sure you back up your saves, make sure you're in offline mode. And that kind of thing, and make sure you get 2.2. But if there's any issues, I can definitely help because I've done it several times. Yeah, the Steam folder, not where the save file is. You don't do anything with the save file. Yeah, thankfully it's easier to install than the Cinders mod. The Cinders mod is a bit more involved. There's a few things that can go wrong, but yeah, I really dig the Convergence mod. It's awesome. And I haven't really played the 2.2 update, but I know the added a new boss again. The balanced a lot of the overpowered stuff, and they fixed up the graphics a bit because it had like this weird like grainy filter over everything. But it looks like they got rid of that, and I think it looks much better. And I think there's been a lot of other changes too, but I don't know if I'll have time to play it before Elden Ring, but whenever I get back to, if I ever want to play Dark Souls 3 PvE again, I'll definitely play the 2.2 version. I might watch Cairo's playthrough though, because, you know, I played through 2.1, and I really, really liked it, so I might just watch Cairo play the update and see what's different. Can I do 89k? Because if I can't, we're gonna have to wait for a whole other NP. Oh, probably. We still got the art up, and we can get Caster Artoria's buff. You know what? We don't need Asclepius's buff too, so we could do the Buster card first. Yeah, that ought to do it. 72k. I wish that did crit. It's Castoria and her, really. They both are good. Like, you can NP fairly often on her, even without Caster Artoria, but Caster Artoria makes it better. She didn't really matter. Caster Artoria, those value got really fucked up here, though, because we went from like 80% NP. We took like so many turns because we had no art cards for so long. We were just sitting around not getting NP gain, and we were at like 80%. And then in one turn, we went from 80% to almost 300%, which is totally pointless. And if we could have spaced that out, it would have been a lot better. So everything got kind of fucked up because of that. Like, we didn't really take advantage of our NP gain optimally there. Okay, game. It wasn't even loading for a second there. It just wasn't doing anything. I like how they even tell you in the story that they're not actually the knights pretty early on. Like, you learn about Burgess, like, so fast. Imagine all of her character build-up, and if you didn't play the event, she's just instantly gone in an epilogue dial, like, text. That's it. It's so ridiculous. Take those pure prisms, though. Do we go to, I guess we go to Avalon before, no, wait, is that after Morgan? I don't remember. That might be after Morgan. If it's before, then we got longer to go than I thought to get to those boss fights. We're gonna fight Shadow Arthur soon, but I think you fight some of the Shadow Knights of the Round Table before that. I have no idea what this stage is. This looks pretty good. Nothing like a horse boo, if you will. In case there's trash mobs. Cú and Herc step on each other's toes a lot, but I want some Cú bond. Although, do I have it? No, I don't have his third passive, so good to get that if we can. Did I buy her passives? Because I got the coins for it. I did, but I did not level them. Looping music! Still a good song, though. Use the switch, I think. The rough thing about Lancer Artoria, though, if you don't want to go all in, I'm not sure it's worth it, because even if she's NP2, she still doesn't hit that hard. And every copy that you need is so random. I mean, any copy could be that one time you have to go 1000 SQ to get her, right? So... Oh, is this Caster Cú? Yeah, oh shit, this is Caster Cú with the dogs. Boy, did we not bring a good setup for that. I think when the dogs die, they buff Cú or something like that. Actually better to kill Cú first then, but I'm not sure that's going to happen, because we didn't really bring a team for that. Now see, if I leveled her thing, she could turn 1 NP right there. But I did not do that. Try to prevent Cú from using PFA if we can. Buster go Burr. Okay, this is NP5, level 100, Lancer Artoria. Got all the buffs up, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, that's not great. It's not great. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. It actually would be. It'd be great damage if she was like NP2 or something. But as NP5, it's a little eh. Whale. You guys wish I had whale for that. That was so ridiculous. How many copies of her I got so easily. Split the difference and put her in the middle. I'm gonna get everybody's NP here. I could have put her in the front. Damn it. Think. I mean, the horse has got, or can have, piercing vulnerability. I think I have gray NP anyway. Not like she'd do any damage to caster Cú. We got her once from a story banner, and then I knew when I first made the Herc account, I knew that Lancer Artoria was probably going to get a banner in the next, month or so because the movies were coming out. So the Camelot movies. So because I started the Herc account and we just randomly got Lancer Artoria from Story Summon, I was like, okay, I'll start saving up my SQ for a little bit, because she's probably going to get a banner, sooner rather than later. And then eventually she did get a banner, and we had like what, 400 SQ or something, and we got 4 copies of Lancer Artoria, just boom. So it was one of the only times I'd ever gotten 2 SSRs in one 10 summon. That like never happens for me. And we got 2 Lancer Artorias, so yeah, it was like a cakewalk. Who's making this difficult? And Omega Beast with the 22 months. What's up, man? Thank you. It's always nice to hear that Moriarty laugh, man. I love that voice line. It's so great. If only I had Moriarty. Alright, let's see. I think we just do this. Okay, Grace has still got her debuff on Cú, so that's something. Unfortunately, he's got what you would call it, double defense up. And wait, didn't you just, I swear you resubbed yesterday, didn't you? But anyway, thank you, Gilgamesh, or spelled a little strangely, Giggly Mesh. Giggly, yeah, I think it's Giggly Mesh. But thank you for the 9 months, dude. I appreciate it. More Moriarty voice lines. Feels good, man. I really do need to set it up, though, where we can sometimes get Ushi's saw voice line, because it's great. In one turn, Lancer Artoria could NP. Let's see, we can kill the dogs, but that buffs Cú. I think we have to just deal with it. This is all very sloppy. Let's see what the horse can do, though. Quite a lot, actually. Damn! You just had to hit Lancer Artoria, though. You know what? Let's see if she can get the kill. Pretty sure she can do 9k, guys. I think she, I know she hits like a wet noodle, but I think she can handle that. Tough ask, yeah. It actually worked out, though. It was kind of slow for a little health they had, but we brought a pretty suboptimal AoE setup. I think we get Caster Q's buff like any second now. Might even be after that stage. Maybe after this stage. Ruler. I have no idea, to be honest. Do the old Beowulf Herc setup, that was kind of fun. What does this account have to support that? I guess Qingong. Don't have a Star Bomb CE on this account, which is unfortunate. Do Anniversary Blonde here. Still want Coup Bond. My only other Berserker, I think, is Spartacus, if we, it came to that. Oh, this song, never gonna forget. And that Ushia mode is so cursed. But it's pretty good. Oh, Shadow Knights of the round, and one of them is ruler. Oh, they're all ruler, excuse me. Yet again, AoE would have been better. So Herc has taunt. I could obviously taunt someone else, but I think we'll just do that. Kind of good, actually. It'll let us get NP gain. Sound effects are so bugged out right now. You fool! If you cast Sure Hit, you can't attack that turn. Okay, he still has taunt though. Oh, it just lasts forever. That's not ideal. This is also a atrociously bad hand. All the crit turn next turn though. Nice damage, nerds. Alright, Beowulf time, I think. Don't even need the other Star Bomb. Kinda wanna kill the Archer one. Sure Hit and whatnot. I think we just do... That ought to do the trick. Most definitely. Yeah, that last hit was just 137k. That's all. Too bad I couldn't put that into one of the other enemies. Okay, Herc o'clock now. Crit spread didn't exactly go the way that I wanted it to. Maybe I give the Buster up to Beowulf then. Nah. $2k foe and all that. Damn it, Herc! You Hansed it! So because he's got taunt though, they're not really getting to attack much each turn, so this is working out. We're just having some NP gain issues. Yeah, K&K main interlude would be nice. You could also just do K&K part 2. Damn it, they got to attack twice. It's because this guy has 2 actions per turn. That's a really good way of demonstrating what I'm talking about with the way Taunt interacts with Guts. So for example, if this ruler right here had buffed, like it wasn't his NP turn, and this guy had attacked, and that had procced Guts, that would have canceled their turn. Because basically the unit that procs the Guts on a unit that has Taunt they're the only unit that's allowed to attack again, if it makes any sense. And because you can have 3 enemies or 2 enemies, the actions can be unequal. So let's say there was 3 enemies, whichever enemy attacks, that's his only action. So it will always cancel the turn, right? So if there was 3 guys up, whichever one got the attack off, the other 2 would be locked out. He doesn't have another action, turns over. But in this case, the ruler right here gets 2 actions per turn. This one right here, this ruler gets 1 action per turn. And because this one attacked, proc guts, it can attack again and take another guts. It's very convoluted and weird, and I don't think it's even meant to be that way, but it is, so... Hopefully they will... Okay, yeah, 41k, that's funny. I probably should have taunted Beowulf on that turn. We got a bunch of buster downs, but we got a bunch of buster ups. Not enough to kill though. Yeah, see, same thing. Now this one had more actions per turn because the other one was dead. Thankfully we lived anyway. Look at that, Herc tanked for the entire team for the whole fight. No problem. And he could have tanked another turn there. And I think his other guts came back. His third skill guts would be back, so he could have been taking another one. Although that one we might have died because he can attack again, so. At that point I definitely would have to Chen Gong taunt. Yeah, they haven't done anything with K&K. They haven't done a part 2, they haven't main interluded it, they haven't re-ran it. They just re-ran it one time, a really long time ago. Okay, this is probably like Shadow Knights. I know you fight like Shadow Tristan and Shadow Lancelot or something like that at some point. That could be this. Or Shadow Gawain, I don't remember. But I know you fight some Shadows for like the Knights of the Round Table. And then you fight Shadow Arthur. Let's see, what's fun here? Could just use my own units. Summon something with Bond up. We'll go Tristan and could do Cú. They're always in Kidu. We'll use Cú. That's fun. Don't have a lot of battery. Could do Tristan, or not Tristan. Asclepius. But the damage would be kind of low. There's always this. Okay, we'll try that. What after that? There we go. Hit the team cost right on the money there. Insta-death is good sometimes though on Void Cheeky. There are occasionally, because here's the thing, Void Cheeky's not really ever going to be meta for farming no matter what. Right? Like she's always going to be better at units than her. But every once in a while you get fights where having insta-death is really useful. And then it's actually nice that she has it. So yeah, you can always put it after damage, but they're not going to do that. They've never done a buff like that like reordered things. Like, you know, Stheno does her buff removal at like the worst timing on her NP. It's like so backwards. But they're never gonna fix stuff like that. They should, but they don't. Like, so, Darius is actually meta with the way he does his debuff clear on his cleanse. He'll cleanse first before doing the heal. So if he's got like heal down or whatever, he'll get rid of that first, then heal himself. Or a lot of other units do it in the other order, and it's like really backwards. But yeah, Void Cheeky, I think ultimately it's good that she has insta-death because it at least gives her a rare niche where she's quite powerful, where if you got rid of that, then she would just be worse at everything than a lot of other units. But she's legitimately tanky. That's like a meme, but she really is tanky. Alright, so I guess we blast... maybe Gwaine, because he's AoE, and that's more dangerous, and he has guts and stuff. So yeah, I guess we blast Gwaine. We give Lancer Artoria the buff when she's only going to hit one target. Probably just because I think Tristan has enough damage as is, although I could be overestimating. His Buster card will still do more than his Quick. Cú, new addition to the round table, yeah. That is kind of funny though, we're using that round table in Artoria. We fight Arthur later. I'd use her against Arthur, but he's a Saber and she's a Lancer, so that would not go very well. Damn, that wasn't enough. Let's see, I guess... could have her in. Yeah, let's do the Brave Chain. It's too much damage, but maybe she gets to NP again. Could have done Art Buster quick, actually. Although when I think about it, I'm not really sure what the point of her NPing again would be. Also, she's about to die. Yeah, that'll save her. Actually, it might save her from a quick attack. Maybe. Awkward turns, can't like target switch much. Yeah, Gwaine was pretty tanky there. He didn't the guts, thankfully, though. 98% on Tristan. 98% on Lancer Artoria. Fantastic. Well, might as well have Cú NP and quick chain, get the defense down. I think our Cú's level 80. 30k. Yeah, for level 80, that's pretty good. I should make him 90, I think. That's a practical level for an ult account. I think we win now. Well, we don't have our buffs, so maybe not. The most damage I can do. Actually, it's probably the Brave Chain. No offense to Lancer Artoria, but she ain't gonna do shit there. He was close. Yeah, okay. That was just spite. That was, he's just mad because Tristan was killing everybody. Cú's still alive, by the way. Herc solo all along, boys. A nice little Buster Chain is back up, 25k. Let's see. 408, alright. You might think that's a lot, but it'll actually evaporate in like 3 servants. 2 servants if we're talking Vlad and Ben K. That's I'm not even kidding. Like, there are servants that would get through that, just 2 servants. Like, there are combinations of just 2 servants that would go through all that Void Dust. That is so dumb. Like, imagine having 400 of a mat and then you level 2 servants and you're out. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, but why does Ben K, of all things, take that much Void Dust? Hey, Sky. Yeah, and say Stan been leveling Benkei. What level is he now? I know he's past 100. This is Arthur. I think it's Arthur and like Castoria or Merlin or something. Are you just 100 right now? Okay. Gotta do Circus first, makes sense. Let's see. I want to summon something that's useful but not gonna carry. Well, there's always that. Look at this! Max not only passed the David test, but passed the David test on their ult account too, chat. How about that? So many people can't pass the goddamn David test, and Max doing it twice. Nice and easy there. Look, it's actually a good CE on David, alright? Okay, Billy is maybe a little strong, but it's also, you know what? We'll go with Max's Billy, because that one is level 90 and probably 1k foe opposed to 110, 2k foe, so that's reasonable. Okay, I'll give you cast Artoria. Are we about to murder the king with Tristan? I think we might be. We might need to kill the writer first or caster first. I don't remember. I know this fight had some minor gimmicks. I'm pretty sure there's a quick charge gimmick. Like when you break a health bar, it's probably Arthur's health bar ENPs or something stupid like that. You know how these games are. Guess Ushi's good. When in doubt, there's always mash. No. We hurt that. Do that. Do we need Atlas? I don't think there's debuffs. Alright, we'll go with this. I mean, did he confirm we were getting a new servant next event? Like, how is that confirmed? It seems like they wouldn't say that so soon. Wouldn't shock me. I mean, I'd say more times than not these days, White Day does get a new servant. Although sometimes they don't. One White Day, they did just like a rerun of Arthur and stuff like that. Like, they don't always do it, but I think one time they did the Moriarty costume. They did the Moriarty costume, and then one time they did Arthur's costume. So there have been times they haven't added new servants, but normally they add stuff. And I think with how much backlash there's been, with how few males they've been adding, I think they're gonna make sure they do it. I'm kind of worried though that they're just gonna add the pretty boy from Gouda, the previous one. There's so many Gouda servants they could add that deserve it. But like the newer ones, although it'd be nice to have them, like the ones that have been in year after year after year and getting ignored year after year, it'd be nice if they had one of those, for God's sakes. Alright, I think we're gonna murder Castoria first, although our opening hand is terrible. If I think I can do 190, actually. You know what? The music knows. Yeah, if he quick charges, we'll do the Team White evade. I don't need to do his battery though. Well, yeah, no, I don't need to do it. But we'll do this anyway. Just gotta do 190. That can't be that bad. Too bad Tristan has no cards though. Oh no, he has one. Alright, good enough. Maxwell's demon would not fit White Day at all, but I'd take it. Oh, we did plenty of damage there. Alright, let's see if I was right about that quick charge. Yep! Gets attack up too. That looks very strange. Shadow Arthur doing his NP. Shadow Gwaine looks awesome. So does Bedivere when they do their NPs. But yeah, that was kind of cool, but it was weird. I can remove his attack buffs. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, no chanting. I think they'll do better about the male characters because I honestly think it was kind of an accident. Like, really, I think it was just a coincidence of like their creative process and people just wanting to make waifus. Like, oh yeah, like just the different artists and Tiny Moon just wanting to make waifus and not really thinking about it. Because the males sell incredibly well. It's not like the males sell badly. They sell very well generally. Now, of course, there's some outliers on both ends for males and females. But the males sell well, and they really did just go so long not making any. So I think they'll make sure to put some in there. Yeah, I know. I don't like that Ushi's clothes are ridiculous. Like, they're like, look, there's green, there's blue, there's burgundy, there's regular red, like bright red, there's purple, there's white, there's gold. Like, what the hell? And then I don't even know what the hell color her like shoes are, but I think they're a different color too. So Ushi's just got a thing for rainbow bullshit for one reason or another. I would love the NP with Tristan right here because he still has all these buffs. But I'm not confident Ushi at level 70 is going to do 216. You could probably do 216 if I do the Brave Chain. Just get lucky, forehead. 199. Come on, high roll. Okay, she's black, and then she's got black on the hill too. So yeah, a lot of colors there. The Grand Nub, I swear we have a lot of grands in chat right now, but the Grand Nub, thank you for 14 months, man. It's over a year. Well, the thing, there's nothing, I'm not hating on waifus, right? If they want, the game should have female characters in it, obviously, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's mainly the fact that for most of 2021 and like the start of 2022 there was like 2 or 3 males the whole time, and then like it was like, you know, 30 waifus, you know, like 3 husbandos, 30 waifus or something. It's like, what the hell is that ratio? And they didn't even add any low stars. They haven't added a low star in so long. Like the last 3-star was almost 3 years ago. Like, it's crazy. It looks like Ushi got the kill there, so we didn't whiff our Tristan NP. That's awesome. Arthur has so many attack buffs now. Somebody's gonna fucking die. Crit, 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 no. Ooh, glad he didn't crit those. Can she do 17k? You know what, we'll do the crits though, and then the 50, should get it. Oh no, she got it, there we go. Didn't even need the 3rd one. More Void Dust. Dust for the Dust God. Alright. I think Mash wakes up now. They don't really give any lore there. It's basically there is a guardian for Mash, right? And it's kind of vague. So it's like maybe they're like, you know, shadows of the prototype selves. Those are the prototype Knights of the Round and or something. But they don't really say. Like his name there is just like something guardian. But yeah, they're like summoned to protect Mash, because Mash has been waiting there for like ages in a ice cube. Yeah, I don't remember, but I know he doesn't have like a name, it's like a title, but yeah, I don't think they're ever going to expand on that. Prototype collab win though. There's our caster cube up. I don't know why, but ever since Lostbelt 6 first released, I keep wanting to say Proto Coup for Caster Coup. I don't know why. It's a mess. So close to 1,000 SQ. Don't got it any in the box. Got plenty of XP though. Alter Ego, huh? I know you fight Sith kinda soon. I think you fight Sith on the way back. I could hit Pity a while ago though because we got a bunch of summon tickets and they count. I think you need exactly 900 SQ, but each summon ticket is essentially worth 3 SQ. So. At least I think I have summon tickets on this account. I would hope so, because I don't remember rolling any time recently. I'll check after this. Caster Alter Ego. I have absolutely no idea what this is. We'll do Berserker stuff. Wait, that is not my Beowulf. Okay, I wasn't planning on using her, but why not? That's a terrible craft essence for her, but we'll do that, and that. She's got 2 art cards, but eh. Yeah, the Achilles costume's pretty funny. I wonder if Martha approves. He's hanging out with her dragon. Oh. Man, they have a lot of fights like this in Lostbelt 6. Well, we didn't exactly bring the best setup for that. He doesn't have an art card, but I don't want her to die. Alright, Ushi, land a crit. These sound effects being so bugged is pissing me off. He does not like Brunhilde, apparently. Pretty sure Brunhilde has... She has Pierce and Vulnerability on her NP, right? Let me check on that. I'm like almost positive she does, but good to check. Yeah, she does. Alright. I hadn't used her in a while, so wanted to be sure. Oh yeah, Ushi is Brunhilde's beloved. For the longest time, Ushi was the only female that had Brunhilde's beloved, but they add it like candy now because nothing's special anymore, but you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, can she do 166, I wonder? Well, time to find out. Damn. I thought I clicked a Brunhilde Buster card, but I clicked cast Artoria. Fuck. Well, that did not work out at all. Bad. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. She still had all of her buffs too. Yeah, we're in. I'm just gonna reset. Well, no, I shouldn't reset. I wanted to reset to make a smoother team, but I can probably still win. And these actually cost a lot of AP, so I shouldn't. But that was very unsatisfying how poorly that went. Cast Artoria is probably worth saving. Music knows. Dude, what is wrong with the sound effects? Like, goddamn. I think I even got the additional data installed. Yeah, a little bit of throwing, Rabbit, a little bit of throwing. I think the game just crashed. I need something is up with the way I've got the Herc account set up, because I've noticed it runs so much worse than every other account, and it crashes a lot, the sound's messed up, so I need to figure something out. I might need to just reinstall it. At least when I use Samsung Dex, it never has any problems, like that always works. Just the quality's a bit messed up. Try that again. Nice background though. Don't like that burn, but we can get rid of it. We really need a good turn here. Now, he goes first, Muramasa. So he'll NP right off the bat, so cast Artoria's NP is really good here. Could have art chained, but I think that's unnecessary. I think so, Say. I haven't read it in forever, so I kind of forget all the details, but I'm pretty sure that her character material book does go into some of that. And there's also the fact that she's in prototype fragments, so they get a lot of information there as well. Don't know if she was worth saving, but I don't think any other healing would really matter. This is going so slowly, but it's because Brunhilde died immediately. That was really bad. Yeah, it mostly has to do with how her own views of like heroes and justice and blah blah blah. Herc only has one buster buff. It's probably not enough to kill. I kind of want to save our buff removal. I don't think it's time yet. Muramasa needs to die. Can still ping off the shield on someone. If only Herc had one buster card, this would be easy. Probably won't be enough by like just a few K. Must be a high roll or something. Yeah, that actually did way less damage than I was thinking. That was horrible. 63k, like, are you kidding me? NP1, man. Damn it, and he killed Tristan. Actually, he didn't, but that is so dumb. So Tristan got, all they did was attack Tristan. They didn't cast any skills, and they just triple attacked Tristan, and that was the only way that Tristan would die. And then Tristan is the one that could remove the evade and stuff. And it has sure hit. Yeah, I should have brought a better team, but I had no idea it was a boss fight, and we were just unlucky that Brunhilde died so quick. Brave Chain might have been better. Very frustrating though when like only the worst option would kill the character that's the most important, and then the worst option happens. Okay, I think we're good now though. It might still take a second because Cú could recast PFA, but that's why I wanted to save Tristan. Regular Cú's got sure hit though, so he could do it on his own if need be. Okay, as long as I can count, he's only got one charge. Thought to do the trick. Alright, we're done. Jesus, that was so scrappy. Oh my god, these fights are so fillery though. The Sith fight's not that hard off memory either. It's the final fight with her too. And then the Burgess fight, Burgess is intentionally throwing because she's actually on your side. So she's only pretending to fight you, so that fight's a freebie. So the next like real fight where we're gonna have to really try and bring a proper setup is Morgan. Which might, I don't know when it is, might be further off than I was thinking. Because Lostbelt 6 is just so much filler. Like that's like all the story is. It's just filler. It's constantly coming up with excuses for you to do stuff that has nothing to do with the main story. That really is like the best way of describing this singularity. Yeah, this might be Caren and Chocolate Herc. I don't know. I know you fight them inside like a building. Did we have story before this? No, you don't have story before this. Anyway, let's see. I don't remember what the chocolate stage's gimmick was. I just remember you could like one turn it with Edmund or something. We'll focus down Herc first, but I could be bad. I remember one of them you need to focus down first, but I don't remember which one it is. It's easier to focus Herc down though, just because the way classes work. Yeah, this account really has limited support options. So they can both NP turn 1. They're Buster and Quick. There's Caesar, what's his skill ranks? Nothing fancy. Bedivere, but I haven't done his buff. There's David, that's a little eh. If she's okay. Maybe David. I kind of like it to just be that and then Herc, really. Problem would be if like Herc shows up and the rest of the team is still alive. Like that timing would be bad. If Caren uses her NP, she's AoE. How to time this? Okay, that's decent. No idea if there's debuffs, but just in case. I really wish they were more consistent with costumes. Like a lot of the really simple costumes, like the Amazon Penth and like Lee with sunglasses and without sunglasses, a lot of those they add, and it takes like no work on their part, and they're already in the game for the most part. So yeah, it's like, yeah, why not? But then there's other times where they do costumes like that, and they just don't add them. And it's like, well, why though? Oh, she has Taunt. Oh my god, that's so annoying. So I brought all these units that are good for killing a Berserker and terrible. Well, I guess Spartacus is fine, but the rest of them are going to do like no damage to her. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Too bad I can't remove the taunt. That'd be nice. Well, let's see what we can do regardless. Maybe David's art card. Nah, we'll do Spartacus. He's the only one that does any damage here. He's all bailing us out. Respectable. We got a Mystico damage up. And like Chen Gong instead of David, and that would have actually been really good. Right, she's got a chance to charm when you attack or something like that. Wow, that did some damage. She doesn't use her NP though, it looks like. I'd like to save David's thing, because David can remove charm. But if we get crit again, he's gonna need it. Well, not necessarily, because he's got the defense up now. Come on, land the Buster up. Buster up, Buster up, damn it. Fuck, he got charmed, so it made his chain stop. So yeah, the charm doesn't go into the next turn, so that means saving David's thing doesn't really matter. She basically just makes it so they don't attack more than that time if it lands, that's all it does. Damn, I wanted him to NP. I'm sure our Herc though can clean this up. Got the charm resistance and all that. I'd like to get one more Spartacus NP. I wish our Herc didn't show up that soon, but I like the art chain, but I also need to get Spartacus's NP. This sucks, but it means there's no way to get an art chain with Spartacus unless someone dies and shuffles the deck, because this is every other art card. We're probably gonna have to change, but we might lose, we'll see. We need to obviously just change the team so we're killing Caren first, because we make you do that, so. I brought like the complete opposite of what you needed here. I can get another Spartacus NP though. It won't do too much damage though because we don't have any damage up for Spartacus. So it'll be pretty minimum against Megalos. I guess you could bring those anti-charm command codes. That'd be really powerful here. So George is pretty pointless because the boss AoEs a lot. Basically, all of the value we got was on that first turn. Everything we've done since then has basically done no damage. You can tell if their card gets them stunned or not, because when the card pops up, you can see the icon of the stun on it. That's kind of silly. Do I save Herc? No, I think I go ahead and use this for the chance, because she only has a chance to charm. Sometimes it doesn't go off at all, and if it does go off, now we have the charm resist, so that's pretty good. Although when it does proc, it might have like a 500% chance. No, it doesn't. So it procced on the extra, but it's too late. Obviously, it doesn't matter, but it lands on that one. We really need Spartacus to die. Damn. I made Herc die twice. This is going to be close. I think he's got it. Especially if he doesn't. He's still got the charm resist, so if he doesn't get charmed on this NP, I think we actually win right here, so we're totally fine. The only way this would be bad is if we didn't... Oh, right, she's got defense up, though. But it'd only be bad if, like, we didn't kill her this turn and we got charmed. But we should at least kill her. 1,700 life, and we got charmed. God damn. Well, it's fine. We didn't need the other hits anyway. Okay, is that our last guts? No, it's not. Oh, geez. Well, I think we're the bigger Herc here, because not only was that not our last guts, yeah, we got one more, but then we do invulnerability, and then evade comes back. So we actually super won there. Triple buster up, 34k, 23k, 27 a non-crit. Yeah, Megalos not a real Herc, by the way. Cool background though, Jesus Christ, like, you never even fight anything major with that background. They only use this stage for like filler fights, like you fight that, which is filler. I think you fight like some Camelot Knights when the wedding goes south and stuff like that. But you never have like a big climactic boss fight with like Aurora or something with that background, but they still put a lot of effort into it, so. Background artists doing work. Imagine if Herc had the anti-charm command code there, so he was guaranteed to get an extra attack in like each turn. Skip! Worst character here, by the way. He is so low on my list, you guys have no idea. Funnily enough, though, he is not my least favorite character in FGO. It's bad, but it is not that bad. Zerker fight? What's a fun pick here? I don't know if I have Cairo on this account. I feel like I haven't used any of Cairo's units in so long. Although I use his units every day on the co-op account. Cairo, have you farmed the final node in the event any? Because I can do it, right? I can do it reliably. I've never like failed it, but it's on the co-op accounts. It's pretty scrappy. It's not the smoothest experience. It'll get easier though, because we'll get, you know, more and more bond with the units that you're using, and that gives them more damage, so... He's baldy. I don't know about that. Okay, I can't help it! It's so good! Like, it's so fucking good! Look at this, 20,000 health, 19,000 attack, like, it's amazing! How am I not gonna use that? And Mordred's one of my favorite characters anyway, so... Like, goddamn! Answer Artoria pretty good. Assuming it's a group of berserkers and not just a single one. Who the hell do I need bond with? There's always Hans. And Kidu for coins, I suppose, because he's only NP2, which means he doesn't have that many coins. I need to get his skill ranks up. If I actually bother to do the event, that'll probably do the job. Game, please. Give me something to work with here. There you go. Bringing too many big boys. That is not as extreme as I was thinking. I remember this stage now, but I think it does have some kind of gimmick. I don't remember what it is. I think it's like insta-death or something. I remember something kind of nasty can happen when you break the bar. I just don't remember exactly. Let's see how we want to do this. We will do... We have Tristan smack it. Does he need the attack up? I don't think so. He's doing a brave chain. I would actually prefer an XP daily where you fought like one hand with 3 health bars and like 200k each health bar. That'd be more fun, and also you could use it for like a sandbag. Fuck, we needed the attack up. I thought the extra attack would get the job done, but no. Uh-oh. But I can do this! Gotta save Mordred if I can. Oh, I can remove the buff. How about that? Guys, I think Mordred's gonna break. We don't even have her crit buff. Look at her doing that much damage when she doesn't have her crit buff. Okay, then. Now we have like a million ways to do the damage now. She had her defense buff, which is 50%, and he just non-crit for 16,000. So if it wasn't for the 50% defense buff, she would be omega dead. Most things would have been dead anyway. Like, what the hell? 50% defense buff, right? That's really big. And then the only reason she didn't die is because she's got so much health, right? She has almost 21,000 health. Like, how are you doing 16,000 damage, almost 17,000 damage, when your damage is being reduced by 50%? And you didn't crit. You did not crit. Yeah, basically, this guy's really easy to kill, but it is so easy for him to kill somebody. So he's got his insta-kill buff again. But, boy, Tristan was a real bro by removing that, by the way. He really wants Mordred dead. He double taunted her. And then we removed the taunt with her thing, but then he attacked her anyway. So, shit. So she has so much health that when I did that 3k, dude, she has so much health. I did that 3k heal and it barely healed her. It felt like we were using like a rank 2 mystic code. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that must be so silly on Jekyll and Hyde, because he can have so much fucking health, and then you could like give him like the health boost from craft essences and stuff from like Holy King, and he could be 120. Like you would do a 3k heal and it'd look quite a bit less than that. I think he can get up to like 60,000 health or something these days if you like really min-max it. Like if you do Holy King limit broken on multiple copies, you do like Merlin's health boost, that kind of thing. He's 120 because 120 is no joke. He's got his own craft essence that boosts his health by 3,000. I don't know exactly what he gets to, but I know it's really, really high. Yeah, obviously King Potato Chips is another one, because she can do all those other things to boost her health, and then she just keeps ramping the health up with her skill, so that gets really out of control. 197, and then 137. Yep, it's true. Hyde is still garbage. The thing is, if you could spawn in Hyde with all those other buffs and stuff, and he was just naturally with that much health, then he wouldn't be so bad. But you have to put in so much work to get his health that high, it's not worth the sacrifice, like no way. And then his health at just vanilla 120 is not enough to make up for everything else and how much better other things would be. Anyone at 120 though is kind of useful. Like if you could snap your fingers and just have a 120 Hyde, that's actually useful. It's just instead of making Hyde 120, you could have made it someone else. But if you do have one, like Hyde is legitimately useful at that point, because anyone at 120 is kind of useful, even Bin K. Yeah, every part of his kit is flawed. It's true. He made a lot of mistakes. He's cool though. He's very cool, and maybe someday we'll get his like proper prototype version, but I kind of doubt it. We never got Lancer Vlad, so I don't see them changing that. Boy, we are not fighting Morgan today, I don't think. So we're not, we haven't even gotten to Sith yet. And you have to fight the Lolly Dragon, Burgess, all that stuff first, so I think we got a ways to go. This is a completely preset team. We don't get to decide on anything there. Okay, his skills are 10, so we'll just fire everything. Right, they do something really nasty on death. I think these are barrels, boys. Yeah, they fuck you up when you just attack them, and then they fuck you up when you kill them. And Pepe's gonna die kinda soon. Feels bad. It was the best crypter after Wadim. I would really like Asclepius right now. Got one guard. Okay, chat. I think, wow, he didn't die. I was gonna say, I think he's gonna die, but he actually lived. Barely though. I wonder if he would have died if he didn't guard that one. I'm not sure what he guarded. Oh, I'm supposed to check my summon tickets. Hold up. 37. So yeah, we're way past the safety net. Guarded 3 of them, so yeah, if we hadn't guarded some stuff, we definitely... I keep forgetting we haven't picked our free 5-star. By the way, that like level 1 Bazette account that Lost rolled, you know, it got Waver, NP6 Bazette, various other things, NP3 Stheno. It also got Waver, by the way, and it hasn't picked its free 5-star. Actually, it's not crazy to pick Lancer Artoria because that would give her enough coins to get everything. But if we don't take her to 120, there's no need. But it's a possibility. I'd say it's either her or Enkidu, just because Enkidu is really strong and I like him and he's good for Fluffy and all that stuff. I'm not sure what else we would even pick. I mean, there's always Aussie, but I got Aussie on like a million accounts. Most of the other stuff, I've already got another account with that unit at a decent NP rank. And we're already past Zeus, so no Tesla NP2 stuff. But yeah, we'll see. No rush. Dad always wants me to use Mev, but never really happened. Maybe someday. She's kind of a thought. That's not really a positive. Yeah, and he has green hair, and Kidu, yeah, that's nice. Nev is just so unlikable. Like, the whole thing where she's shown mercy, and she interprets that as like an insult, because the person doesn't want to sleep with them. With her, excuse me, it's just, that's such an ugly character trait, right? Like, she is so narcissistic, and she doesn't even deserve, like, what she has. She didn't work for any of it, right? So it's like, it's just not, and there's no wisdom. It's not like she has flaws and then wisdom on the side, or I don't see a lot of positives. The only positives I see is, that characterization fits her legend. So, at least they did good on that. And then I guess the voice actress does a good job of sounding like an absolute entitled, spoiled brat, right? The voice actress does good. But these are not really positives to make me want to use the character, right? Like, again, it is better than those characters that are pieces of shit that also don't fit their legend. At least she fits the legend. She's a pretty reasonable anime take on that character, but it's still a piece of garbage. What are we fighting, Archer? Let's use Percival. Let me get on my main real quick. I'm always happy to use Percival. There is no fixing Mev. I don't think there's any life experience that she could go through that would fix her. Like, absolutely not. The only chance that they ever add real Ishtar is prototype. But I wouldn't hold your breath because Brentarded is so popular that I don't see it happening. Like, I absolutely don't see it happening. Alright, we'll go Percival. Obviously, I like Percival, so I want him to do well. And if I want him to do well, that means I need to give him a craft essence that's good. So obviously I'm going with Golden Sumo. I wouldn't want Percival to look bad or anything. We wouldn't want his normal card damage to be lower than one might expect. Oh hey, get an art support for our boy. Do we do Mozart? We might want to just do someone else that has literally any damage. You know what? There we go. And then we'll do Mozart and then Herc just for the bond. I guess switcheroo. Imagine having two supports on your team at the same time. Oh, excuse, I didn't even realize it was this fight. I should have known because we're on the way to the barrel stuff. We just fought the barrel minions, and I knew we fought her kind of soon. What is the play here? No art cards on Percival yet. I think she puts dots on you when she attacks. We'll just stun her. Let's see what Lancer Artoria can do here. I need to do Mozart strengthening quests, for God's sakes. I just cannot remember to do that, but the music knows. I keep realizing that every time I use him, we don't have the nice crit down, art resist down, all that good stuff. Like, the combo of art resist down with art up is awesome. I really wish, damn it, come on. Oh, there we go. Fucking, damage boost from the niche works on normal attacks, not just the NP. Very nice. Anyway, FGO just has such a thing for stilts, and I don't get it. It's very weird. I think the one it works the best on is a VC Braun, just because, like, his lore and just the way he is and everything, it's still kind of weird, but it works better there. Because he's got, like, artificial legs and everything. But all the other stilts just get fucking weird. And you got, like, Okita Alter has stilts for some reason. Like, why? Like, they're just... A lot of stilts in this game for some reason. Melt stilts are really ridiculous. Like, I mean, they're so ridiculous. I'm casting this just in case by some miracle I had done the upgrade quest and forgotten, but no, we did not do that. Oh right, I could have saved her one skill, because he has his own battery. I guess I just taunt now. Okay, Buster Up or Art Up. Art Up is better, but Buster Up's fine too. Okay, I got the Buster Up. Because it applies to the Buster card that you're using right there. Now, she just has regular high heals. She doesn't have stilts. There's a real difference. Like, there is absolutely a difference. Like, she has regular fucking shoes, even though they look kind of weird, where, a VC Braun, Sith, Melt, especially Melt, Jesus Christ. That is not, that is not, those are not heals, those are goddamn stilts. Okay, well, we have Pierce Invulnerability, so even though she has Evade and Invulnerability, she fucking dead. I don't know what the hell's going on with the VC Braun, but like I said, it kind of works with the whole, like, you know, constructing things and all that. Van Gogh has flower feet for some reason. Van Gogh is just, oh my god, just so many things I don't like in one place. Let me check something on Enkidu. I'm a little worried that whatever mats he needs for 10-10-10 are mats that I've already bought and I can't buy any more of. So let's find out. Okay, so it's looking like it might be the case. So which one of these is better for Fluffy? They're both good. This one is mainly about the cooldown reduction, and this one's about making sure you have enough damage to break. I think we'll go with this one. But yeah, I bet you I've already bought all of the chains. Oh shit. I've never farmed chains on this account. Thankfully he's one of the only characters we have that use them though. So in the long run it's not so bad, where you can run into character after character after character like that with like hero proofs. Let me check if there's any chains in this event. Okay, not from the ladder. I'll get these tutorials off my screen. I don't think there's chains in here. I think it's like bullets and bones. Yeah, bullets and bones, get stakes, and no chains. Well, okay, chat, I'm serious. I want to get bailed out by Elden Ring. What I need to have happen is we need to get, like, about to Fluffy, and then Elden Ring needs to come out, and then I just don't worry about this for a while, and hopefully in that time, there's some kind of ways to get chains, right? That's what I need. So yeah, if Elden Ring could just, like, hurry up and, you know, distract everyone so I don't have to fight Fluffy, that would be great. And then in the meantime, we need like an event. We need an event where there's like 30 chains in the shop and I can just kind of do that real quick. Sadly, there's like 9 days, so we need like something else to happen in FGO so I can stream something else other than Lostbelt 6. We could probably, though, beat Fluffy with what we have, even though everything's a bit suboptimal. Like, Cú doesn't have his anti-berserker and everything. But between Tristan and Kidu and Cú, I'm pretty sure there's something I could get sorted there. And we have Asclepius, and that's a huge help. Honestly, you might be able to win. It probably takes some luck and some min-maxing and making sure you don't make any... You have to make no mistakes and get lucky and have the right stuff. But I think you could do like Nash, Tristan, the story support, and then Asclepius, and then I don't know what after that, but something, and then maybe Cú in the last slot. Like that would probably work. If we got Enkidu's second passive maxed, and then we had K-Scope on him, and he was in the back row, and he could just turn one NP, that'd be really good as well. The song is so good, and it makes me happy knowing that there's an Armored Core game being worked on right now. It's FromSoft's next game, most likely. I'm so happy about that. My favorite game series ever, and it's been so long since we had an entry, and Armored Core 5 wasn't exactly the best anyway, and it was starting to feel like they were never going to make more, or they would do like a spiritual successor or something, but nope, they're just actually making Armored Core again, and I'm just so happy. It honestly, when you look at the evidence, it's not actually surprising. I mean, they've pretty much always said it's their favorite franchise, and Miyazaki himself has talked about how, you know, FromSoft's roots is mecha, and they're not, you know, they're aware of that. And they've said it, like Miyazaki said in interviews that he wanted to make another Armored Core game, like several years ago he had said that. So it's not that surprising that they finally got around to doing it. The big thing was, I always felt like, and this could be a problem, and if this new Armored Core game does badly, it might be the last one. That because they're it's not that they don't like Armored Core, they love Armored Core, and that's obvious. The thing is, they're such a high-profile company now. They went from being nobodies, you know, really under the radar, and they've really blown up. And so, you know, time is money, and you have more staff to pay, and all these things that they have to make games that are popular, right? They can't really do under the radar stuff anymore. So it's harder for them to justify creating an Armored Core game when mecha games are much more niche than like Sekiro or, you know, whatever the other stuff that the Bloodborne, you know, Dark Souls, those things that they make. So yeah, if this one doesn't do well, it wouldn't shock me if we don't get another one, but hopefully they're able to be successful with it. I think if they put it on Steam, it'll do pretty well. Mecha games are, the fan base from hardcore mecha stuff is generally way more prevalent on PC than anywhere else. Alright, so we are fighting like a lot of classes here. So Saber is still really good here. We'll use Mind Mordred even though it's not as strong as Max's, just because I put a lot of work into it, so I want to use it. I guess you're not allowed to use your own mash. I was trying to see if you could bring your mash when you got the story support one. Do I need to bring an assassin at all? That's probably fine. She might have a gimmick that we need or something, just I'll put her in the front to be safe. By the way, Suzuka Gozen's never getting a summer variant. Chat. I'm destroying your dreams. And the reason she's not is because of Arcade, because she already got a Christmas one. Now, obviously, they could still do it, but no joke, I really do think that hurts her odds dramatically. Hey, shut up. I think if she does get one, it'd be way down the line, and it's because of of arcade. I don't know, maybe they'll feel bad about the arcade thing and so then they'll do it because of that and it's like to make up for it, but I doubt it. That doesn't sound like F-Go to me. And if she shows up, there shouldn't be any riders left. I've heard Suzuka Gozen is in Nioh 2, which is kind of fitting because they kind of got the whole demon thing going on. Sadly, I probably won't play Nioh 2 for a long time because Elden Ring, but it'll be interesting to see what their take on that is. You just turn 1 NP right now. Don't need the Buster up. Sadly, 100 Faces quick card is not the best for her NP game. Herc Summer could happen. That really could happen. They do generally 3 males per year, so it's possible. So 100 Face has all of her NP gain in the next hand. That is unfortunate. Means she only gets 1 turn of her NP gain up for her art cards. I should have just waited to cast it until I saw the art cards, but I kind of figured they'd be in the next hand. But it was a lie. If you had to pick a season for Herc variant, what would you pick? You mean like a holiday? So like, you know, Christmas or summer? Is that what you mean? Because really, I just want regular Sane Herc, but... not sure that's ever happening. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Nasu's gonna surprise us. But I think if they were gonna do anything with Sane Herc, it would have been in Lostbelt 5. And the fact that they were like, they jumped through hoops to intentionally not have you see Sane Herc even though he was there. I'm like, yeah, they're probably just gonna ignore this forever. I'm gonna mash NP just for more NP gain on Mordred. Like, why would they use Herc, like Sane Herc in like 6.5 or Lostbelt 7 or in Lostbelt's version of Solomon? Why would they do that instead of just using him in Lostbelt 5, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But I don't know, maybe they didn't have time, they didn't want to deal with it, but later on they're like, you know, we should really do this. So maybe like all the servants come back, you know, all the like major characters from the Lostbelts come back in their version of Solomon, and because Herc was there originally, they use them, but I don't think so, because they're gonna want to like put their development time and artist time into other things during their big finale, so I don't see them wanting to do something like that. I mean, they use Sanson a lot of times not just in a cutscene, and they still don't do anything with him. He's in Salem. He was in like the White Day story in a pretty big way, you know, for the Yamakusa like heist. He was in that again, Salem, Orleans. There's another thing in there that I'm forgetting. But he's never gotten anything. It sucks. It's a fucking barrel. I don't think Arcade will get Sane Herc because I don't think Arcade's gonna last that much longer. Hard to say though. but Sega seems to be wrapping up their arcade business stuff, and they're focusing now on, you know, other things like console games and all that. And because they're like starting to wrap up their arcade stuff, and the only way I see like their one exception, if they make the one exception for their arcade stuff, if their one exception is like something making an insane amount of money, right? I could see that. So if FK Arcade is making an insane amount of money, they might make an exception, but I don't think it's making that much money. I know it's making some money, but let me give Tesla a better CE. I grailed him again today, so I need to actually level him to 96. I've got 4, after grailing him, I've got 4 grails left over. So honestly, I could probably just take him to, because he needs 2 grails, so I'd still have 2 left for Cú. That's probably fine. It's not like I'm gonna get 10 Cú copies tomorrow. It's going pretty slow. I was really pissed that when I rolled for Bazette, you couldn't get 3 stars, especially Cú. It really sucked. Because if I had just gotten like 1 or 2 Cú copies, even just 1 Cú copy, I'd have been really happy there. Because then if I'd gotten another Cú copy from like FP Summon, and then that's enough to get another Grail. What's really gonna suck is in Cú's 120, then I have to get another 120 coins to get his final passive. If they ever make Christmas, you know, Vortigern and Oberyn, or Summer, or alternate class, I mean anything, it's just gonna make so much money. Same for Morgan, and they know that. You know that they are aware that if they make Summer Morgan, and that's, I guarantee you it's gonna happen. Maybe not next year because they like to wait a little while, but I guess it already has been a while though. So actually, I remember Nasu said in an interview he wants the servant to be in the game for at least a year before giving them a Summer variant, which doesn't even make sense because you have other servants that have been in the game for like 6 years and never got one. So it's kind of arbitrary. Anyway, it'll been a year and some change by the time the next summer event happens. So I guess Morgan could be in the next summer event, but I would think they would do it the one after. That's what I would think they would do, is they would do the summer after this one coming up. But yeah, Morgan, mark my words, Morgan is getting a summer variant. Like that just, there's too much money in that for them not to do it. Summer Fluffy, I'd be okay with that. Anything that gives us regular Fluffy, like Sane Fluffy, will be blessed. Even if it's just the story. Like if he just shows up in the story, I'll be happy. I think Oberyn, they might make an exception and not just do a summer skin. I don't know though, here's the thing, if they gave him a summer skin and they rated him up, they'd still make a lot of money because a lot of people failed to get him or weren't playing back then. So just rating them up again will make them good money. Oh, right. This is the one where you have to just stall. And you don't want to, like, hit them because they, you know, fuck you up. So you have to just wait a few turns. The stage is kind of pointless. And they take AP from you. Good turn on the enemy's side there. They're really accomplishing a lot. Oh man, very engaging. Really glad we got to use Tesla there, guys. I guess the first fight with Beryl is before Morgan. I know the final fight with him is after Morgan, though. And it's after all the, like right after Burgist. It is so fucked up though that like Burgist switches sides, and she's on your side. And she just dies because, she, you know, all the crazy shit that happens, and she has to, like, fight her way out of the city, and that makes her go crazy, and then she turns into the, you know, the beast. That is so messed up, right? Like, she's at a point in the story where she's not really a threat to you anymore, and it would be helpful to you for, like, all the fluffy stuff and everything else, but she just dies fighting, you know, blobs, and it makes her go crazy. It's like, oof. Waste of her abilities. Well, we only get one unit, so that's really exciting. We could just use Herc. It's always Ushi. Not sure what this stage is. Oh wait, this is Barrel. Oh yeah, this is Barrel. I fucking remember that. I guess Ushi it is. You could do Martha. I wonder if Martha has the damage. I think there is debuffs and stuff, but we'll do Ushi. That's probably good enough to get the job done. The first fight with Barrel's not a big deal. Like you got like 3 or 4 fights with him total. I really like the final fight with him though. If you yeet mash, it actually makes it kind of spicy, especially to solo and stuff. That's actually quite fun. This piece of shit right here. I'd kill him with Hot Wheels if I could, but we don't have Hot Wheels. Alright, I think you just have to break his first health bar or something. I can't remember if he always attacks Mash in this fight or not. Let's find out. Time for Ushi to go burr though. Can we break turn 1? No, he's got damage resistance. I think it's, the damage resist is like part of one of his other buffs. That's why it doesn't show. I hate when they do that, by the way. If someone gets stunned, I can use Atlas. So he doesn't always attack Mash. I could do the invulnerability from Mash to, Artoria NP, but I kind of want to save it for Ushi. Or we just take that Ushi crit. I don't mind that either. That's a face. Should have Ushi NP'd this turn, but there was no way to know. You'd probably take a second NP anyway. Please don't kill Ushi. So I can remove that stun with Artoria, but I really want Mash to taunt, but I can't do that. I thought I had Atlas, but I do not. I kind of forgot about that. Well, good enough. Honestly, Barrel was a good antagonist. That's actually one of the better things in Lostbelt 6. Because it carries over from events from a prior Lostbelt. And you actually, you know, have reason to want to murder him. You have several, actually. And then all the stuff with Pepe, and Pepe also. It's not like they pulled it out of their ass, you know, this story. It's not like we had to have nothing from Pepe and Barrel and just all of a sudden it's all self-contained and starts and finishes in the same story. They didn't do that. You know, they set the seeds throughout the other stories. They build up. Because there's more to Pepe than just anti-Barrel stuff, right? You've done all this stuff with him in Lostbelt 4, right? And it's kind of been, you know, a frenemy thing. You've had a frenemy thing with Pepe, you know, for a long time, right? And he's had his own ups and downs in Lostbelt 4 and stuff. And then you have Lostbelt 5, right? So, it's one of the better things they've done. Like, really, Pepe, for real, is one of the better things out of all of 2.0, right? His whole character arc is easily one of the better things that they've done. And if there was one person that I wanted to live through all of Lostbelt, it was Pepe, so rather unfortunate that he didn't. I guess there's still a chance he'll come back as a Tengu or something, but seems unlikely. How long does this sure hit last? Is it one time? Yeah, it looks like it's one time, so that doesn't really work out for us. Yeah, I want Gordolf to live too, obviously. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get more water. I already went through the whole glass there.
発想旅 消えていろ
おっとちょいと喉が渇いた。
この服に血と首は似合いませんね。仕方ないので置き去りです。
So, something that I don't think you've done a good job with is Daybit. I don't think they've done a good job with Daybit because literally we don't even know if he's going to be an enemy, friendly, frenemy, crazy, you know, antagonistic. We don't really know anything. The only thing we know about him is he saved Pepe in Lostbelt 4, so he at least gave half a shit about Pepe. That's literally all we know. That's it. So anything, any personality traits he has, whatever motivation he has, what his goal is, all that is just going to be like created and ended in Lostbelt 7 most likely. And that's kind of lame. But I don't know, maybe he'll be in like 6.5 or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's deliberate or not. Like, you can deliberately smash your hand with a hammer. You have the ability to do that. That does not mean it is a good idea. And it's fine to have a character be mysterious for a while, but there's a difference between being mysterious for a while and being mysterious for the entire fucking story until literally the last second, right? You could have had him be the most mysterious of the cryptors and still started giving him some characterization before literally Lostbelt 7, right? Yeah, being deliberate or undeliberate is not really relevant. That's kind of like someone crashes into your house with a car and you're like, but the car is blue though. It's like, okay. It's like, is this relevant? I guess Ushi again. We'll just do Atlas this time. Alright, 300k. I wonder if he doesn't have the damage resist this time. Let's find out. It's a shame David's voice actor didn't get more opportunities to actually voice act. It's pretty obvious though that like the voice director worked with him for the few voice lines that he had. Because what few that he has actually, or they're done very well, like they really are, especially that last fight with him. The voice actor really nailed the vibe like perfectly. It's just a shame that he got to do so little voice acting. Because he's not a playable servant, he doesn't have a bio and like my room lines and that kind of stuff. So you don't get a lot. Most of it's text. Shout outs though to Barrel's voice actor. He asked for story replay in FGO, and the reason he wanted it was so we could kill. I swear he just did this as a joke, like he's intentionally being in character. But he wanted story replay so we could kill. What's her name? I forgot her name, but Gilgamesh's assistant again. Like when she's turned into a monster and she doesn't fight back. He wanted to get to kill that again, which I'm pretty sure he did that to just, you know, be in character, right? To be a dick. But it's kind of amazing. Like, who would even think of that? Like, Jesus Christ. He clearly plays the game, though. Like, if you're not actually playing FGO, I don't think you would think of that, right? You couldn't come up with that kind of thing if you hadn't actually, you know, played through the game and, you know, picked out that stage and everything. But yeah, definitely in character there. Alright, let's go burr. See how much damage we do this time. Maybe you know what? We'll do the art up. Just because we've got a chance to crit with the art card. But hey, if it gets a story replay, you know, I'm down. We'll probably do that stage once in honor of the voice actor. I feel if they ever added it. Make chat mad. 98%. Well, time for mash battery. I wonder if you have to actually break on this one. If so, I'm making a mistake by NPing here. Yeah, I've always said the game needs an early story like redux because they're bad and the new player experience is trash. It needs to be harder, more engaging, more interesting, more fun. They need to remake the beginning of 1.0 with the goal in mind, not making it faster, not making it longer. Don't worry about that. Now you can do that on the side if you want to make it, you know, get rid of filler and stuff, that's fine. But they need to remake it through the lens of this needs to be fun. That's like 1,000,000% what they need to do. Alright, we do indeed need to break the other health bar, so we have slightly fucked up here. I shall save Mash's NP for Ushi's art card. I'll remove that charm if she got her art card, which she probably did. Never mind, Cast Artoria got us anyway. Hey look, we didn't get an art card. Still gotta remove it though. I'll do that. Let's see. Can you imagine, chat, if they remixed the early story and like really fixed it up and made it, you know, funner, more interesting, better, you know, maps for new players, shorter to cut a lot of the filler crap, less trash mobs and stuff. But then there's no story replay, so you don't get to see any of it. Thankfully, I don't think they'd be that stupid. I think if they actually put in the... I don't think they're ever going to redux the early story. I think they'll just give you the option to skip it. I really do think they're going to do that someday. But yeah, I don't think they're ever going to revisit it. It's too much work, and they don't think it's worth it. Because you're not going to see short-term quarterly gains from it. Your next quarterly report won't have a higher profit relative to the work you put in. It's a long-term thing. It's a stability thing. And companies are just fucking stupid and they don't understand how that works. So it's really common for that kind of thing to just never go anywhere. I guess I do this to get rid of the debuff. Even though his NP is coming up, I think it's okay. Yeah, big companies, especially companies like Aniplex, they want to put in money into something and see returns off of it in a tangible way quickly. They don't want to think about, well, how is our company going to be in 5 years? Right? They just don't. And it's because a lot of the executives in these companies move around. So it doesn't matter to them if the company they're working for gets a better foundation and is more future-proof and makes even more money in the long term. They care about looking as good as they can in the short term on like quarterly reports and stuff. And so they want to see that instant return so they can basically increase their own status, be it within the company or if they want to move to another company. Either way, it's more about their own personal status, more so than what's actually good for the company in the long term. And the company as a conglomerate doesn't really see that. And a lot of times they're just not going to think about, well, wait, what do we need in the long term? And that's something I'll give Microsoft. Microsoft seems to have actually shifted their thinking in the last like 5 years, 10 years even. And they've kind of learned from some of their mistakes. And these seem, I don't know for sure, but these seem to have really shifted their business model to trying to shore up the future, have good foundations, and be more future-proof, and think more about long-term success more so than short-term success. So it'll be interesting to see where that takes them. Ushi can probably survive here with all these defense buffs. She's counterclassing, so. But yeah, I know a few people that work in corporations, and they've said it's not unique to gaming. That's what's messed up, is it's not unique to gaming. It happens in a lot of corporations, you know, with a lot of industries. It actually might be worse for gaming, just because the executives there know even less about gaming specifically, so they're taking that mindset from everywhere else and then applying it to gaming. So yeah, it's a problem, dude. It's not great. I think that's the result of a lot of games being scuffed, is that mindset. Alright, we won that pretty easily, just took a second. The thing is, I don't think Warframe has done a good job of making their new player experience better. I've never even played Warframe. Actually, I did a really long time ago. But my friend Tusk does, my brother does, several people I know do, some big YouTube channels cover it. Warframe has always done a bad job. Their new player experience is bad today. So saying that you've redone the new player experience and that doesn't translate to new players, that's bullshit, because you have to actually do a good job. Right, you have to actually make a good new player experience for it to make a new, for new players to stick around more, obviously. Because like Tusk was just telling me how bad the new player experience is in Warframe, and how they do the same thing everyone does. They literally do what Dungeon Fighter has done, what Vandictus has done, what FGO is doing, right? What Warcraft has done, what countless ongoing games have done, where they just try to speed you through it, and they don't make it meaningful. They don't fight. The enemies are easier than ever. They hand you overpowered gear faster than ever. That's not remixing the new player experience. That's just doing what every game does. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what every goddamn game does, is they try to rush you through the early game, and they act like that. And that's the thing. I don't think they know the difference. I don't think FGO would know the difference. They don't know the difference between just speeding things up, handing you overpowered stuff, because that's what FGO does. FGO hands you the free 5-star. They give you the free max ascension. They give you the follow system lasting all the way through all of 2.0. They give you more XP from like the FP summons and the daily logins. They make it that's not making the new player experience better. They think it is, but it's not. And it's really aggravating how many developers don't understand the difference between fun and just handing people a bunch of free shit so they get through the story faster. That it makes no sense, because what Warframe does, what Dungeon Fighter does, what FGO does is actually the opposite. They make the game less fun. They're confusing what like veteran players want with what new players want. New players don't even know what half this shit is. They don't know if they need lures or not. They don't care about having skills at 10, 10, 10. They don't care about getting their character to level 90. They care about getting the characters that they like and playing through a story that's fun and enjoying the gameplay. That is what people care about. Giving them a free max ascension so you're level 90 in Fuyuki does not translate to fun gameplay, right? In Soul Worker, right, they give you a bunch of overpowered weapons as you level up so you can one-shot the bosses. How is that fun, right? And that's what like Dungeon Fighter does, right? Dungeon Fighter just gives you a bunch of overpowered gear and gives you a lot more XP from the quests than they used to, so you don't have to do as many stages as you used to, and you beat the bosses way faster, so you don't even have to understand the boss mechanics. Wow, this sounds like a good time. It's crazy, and yeah, from what I understand, Warframe has just done the same thing, where they just rush you through everything in the early games laughably easy. So yeah, them saying that it doesn't translate to new players is pretty fucking stupid, because they're literally doing the mistake that everyone makes. And I've seen some YouTube channels use Warframe as their example of how not to bring new players into your game. You can't expect, because what happens is their community is only talking about the veteran experience, because their community is only veterans, right? So the community is only going to be talking about in-game, and the people that have been playing the game for a long time, they're making alternate characters that they want to get to the in-game again. They're only going to care about speed, right? They're not going to care about anything else. And so when you listen to that part of your community, you're not going to understand what new players actually want, right? Like, why would a new player that's never played Warframe before sit down and play through this game that's just blitzing you past everything, where nothing is engaging or interesting, and you have no reason to even know if the end game is good, right? Why would you do that instead of playing literally any other game that's going to captivate you immediately? Right? Why would you do that? And the answer is they don't. And that's why people quit FGO constantly. Like FGO has such a hard time maintaining new players. Like, and I've seen it. I've seen countless people try this game and just quit. Because it's boring. And every time you look at these people that will go on Twitter or whatever and say they gave up on FGO in like a day, a lot of the complaints are very similar. It's like the game plays itself, and that's because the game does play itself. It doesn't later on. You know, you're not going to beat Fluffy or Morgan or Zeus or Challenge Quest. You're not going to beat any of that stuff on autopilot, but everything else doesn't matter. What button you click doesn't matter when you're in Fayuki, Orleans, Septum. It doesn't matter. You could bring any random units. You could literally bring units that are being counterclassed and just randomly tap your screen and use random normal cards, and you'll beat everything. You'll beat everything. So, and people pick up on that, subconsciously or not. They realize that their decisions don't matter, the gameplay doesn't matter, and they have no reason to stick around with the game to see Camelot and start seeing the better boss fights. And it's not even about boss fights, it's just about gameplay in general, about actually, you know, being engaged with the fucking things you're clicking on your goddamn screen, right? And yeah, you don't have to be an Einstein to realize that it's boring. And a lot of people are like, yep, this is autopilot. And then what also I've seen happen is some people will stick through, they'll get through the grind, they'll get through, oh, Garrett's about to die, feels bad. But they'll get through the shitty stuff, and by the time they get to Gwaine, they don't know how to play the game at all. They have no idea. I remember I saw a guy raging out on Twitter about this a little while ago. They have absolutely no concept of how to play the game and how to, like, in a practical way and like against difficult content. So Gwaine seems so impossible with their own units, right? They're going to be sitting there with some like level 50 and level 60 units, and their free ascension they might have used on like an AoE 5-star or something that's not that applicable to Gwaine, and they're doing no damage to Gwaine. Gwaine's doing insane damage to them. He does his NP and kills all, 3 units at once, and like this is impossible. And they see that like the only units that do anything are their supports that they assume are all whales, even though a lot of them are probably free to plays that are just maxed out their account. And they see that those units do super well and do huge damage, and they're like, oh, you have to whale to do well. I've seen that exact thing. People slug through the boring, dull, stupid early game. They get to Gwaine, they get destroyed, and they see the only way to beat it is with the supports, and they're like, okay, you have to spend money to do anything in this game. That's the impression they get. Now that impression is wrong, right? It's completely wrong, right? Which I think I've proved on my 5 trillion accounts. But that is the perception that they're going to have, right? And that FGO needs to do something about that. And the answer is not nerfing Gwaine. The answer is, evening out the difficulty curve, so you don't go from 0 to 100. And also, you make sure you prepare people. Now, they have addressed that to an extent, right? These recent updates, you are more capable of having a prepared account now through playing the game naturally with the pure prisms. So that's a good improvement. So that's at least a step in the right direction. But yeah, they need to worry about this difficulty curve. But yeah, I think if FGO ever addressed this stuff, and I think because they kind of already have, they're going to do the exact thing Warframe has done. And they're going to act like it's the same thing. They're going to be all, look, we put all this effort into Because I could see FGO doing exactly what Warframe has done, right? They're like, well, we did all this stuff to make the new player experience better, and we're not getting more new players. So they'll go to like a dev conference and be like, yeah, you know, you don't want to work on the new player experience. You need to just milk your veteran players as long as you can, and that's that. That's stupid. If people that think that are just fucking dumb, and a lot of companies do think that. They just do all this dumb shit where they don't even realize the new player experience is just garbage. Right, and the only thing they know to do is to just speed people through it, give people more powerful stuff, give people more XP, that's all they know to do. And if that doesn't work, they're just surprise Pikachu, and it's because they've lost the plot. Video games are supposed to be fun. Getting a level 90 when you're fighting level 20 mobs is not fun. Who knew? Like, it's literally that simple. All you got to do is sit down the devs and be like, look. If you want to revamp your new player experience, make it more fun. That's it. It doesn't matter if they can't get to 2.0 for a long time. If it takes longer for them to get to 2.0, but it's way more fun, that's fine. That's what you want. But unfortunately, people are dumb as shit, and this isn't gonna. And I don't think Aniplex is gonna have the right mindset. I think Aniplex is very much in the Warframe mindset and in the MMO mindset. So I think Aniplex taking over, like, even though some of these updates they've done are nice, there's still updates completely in the spirit of what I'm talking about, of just trying to rush people through everything, right? And so I don't see them changing it. It's fun when you use SQ to farm, though. Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, the player base has no idea what they're talking about. And I've seen a lot of veteran, like, MMO developers. I've seen multiple ones say almost this exact thing, where players are good at articulating problems. They are not good at articulating solutions because they have no idea what they're talking about. No offense to like the player base at large for most games, but most of the average player has no idea what they're talking about. They would have no idea how to fix a difficulty curve or a bad new player experience or any of that stuff. They can articulate that, wow, this is boring, this is too hard, this is too easy, this is too slow, this is too fast. They can articulate those things, but how to fix them, they have no idea. Don't ever listen to your player base when it comes to how to fix something, right? Like, not at large, right? You might have individuals that know what they're talking about, of course, and you're gonna have people in your player base that are developers and engineers and all kinds of shit, right? So you gotta go through the feedback and not worry about the bulk of the feedback, but you gotta look through it and see what's actually applicable and reasonable. But yeah, the thing about the player base for FGO specifically, so it's, different player bases have different pros and cons and have different experiences and different history with the game and everything. But for FGO specifically, the player base's problem is, one, everybody that's really reasonable and just wants a good gameplay experience has already quit. The only people still playing are people on Copium, people that really like the Fate IP, and yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. And people that like farming, I guess. That's about it. So, most of the reasonable people aren't here anymore. And then the few that are, don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, the player base is actually useless when it comes to fixing FGO at this point. And I've seen that very clearly because when you see people talking about it, they have no idea what they're talking about. Like, their ideas of what's wrong with the game or how to fix them are just like, they're just ridiculous, right? It shows no experience with how video games work. And it's because most of them have no experience with how video games work. Okay, so the Archer is the least threat, but it gets the NP the fastest. Man, Gareth doing her best, man. Feels bad. I think we try to focus down the Lancer. That just makes the most sense. Actually, I think you have unlimited guts here, so this stage is kind of a joke battle. No, I think Gareth, I don't think she even can talk anymore at this point in the story. I don't quite remember, though. Yeah, the player base normally just wants the path of least resistance, and that doesn't normally work out. We are doing so little damage right now. But honestly, managing an ongoing video game is very complicated, and you need to have a lot of very competent people and key positions, because no one person can fix it. because you have to find the right balance of making money but keeping the player base happy and keeping the game fun enough that people want to play it to spend the money in the first place. And a lot of devs just lose that. They just lose it. They focus too much on making money. They really do, and in turn they end up making less money. Because what will happen is, like, FGO got pretty successful and got a huge player base, but it's dwindled over time. It's still big, but they've lost a lot of players with a lot of bad business practice over the years. They used to have the worst business practice, they started making it better, and they started making it worse again. And again, it boils down to like that whole short-term quarterly gains mindset where they don't want to do updates, they don't want to put money into characters and things that don't instantly net them people rolling more. So almost everything FGO does is aimed at trying to make people roll more, not making the game better. And that translates a lot into people quitting, and then you have less people that want to roll. You got to worry about fun game, good player experience first, and then worry about monetizing it. Now, of course, you need to do a good job with monetizing it. You need to find that right balance and everything. But if people are enjoying the game, the money will come. That's just the thing. If you have a lot of people, like millions of people that like your game, and you're consistently not fucking it up, the money will follow, right? And then you can get away with doing some greedy stuff from time to time, as long as your priority is always making sure the game's good first. But a lot of times what happens is games get really successful, and then they get complacent, and they take their player base for granted, and they start losing their player base, and then they transition into like what they call a managed decline, where they just start trying to milk what's left of their community as much as possible. They try to get the most money. Like, that's what World of Warcraft has done, right? World of Warcraft has less players than ever. It has a much smaller player base than it used to. But everyone that's left is on copium. Everyone that's left in World of Warcraft is on copium, and they're willing to spend a lot more money than most people. So they do WoW does everything it can to milk money out of what few players are left, right? And that's how they try to make up for how many players they've lost. Instead of trying to find that balance of, sure, trying to make money from your player base, and introducing ways to make more money, but then also make sure the game is still good and the players are still happy, right? And FGO is kind of scaring me because I feel like they're starting to get into that territory because they're not doing a good job of bringing in new players. They're not. They're doing a terrible job of bringing in new players, and they are losing players. People are quitting, and they keep doing things like the coin system to incentivize already existing players to roll more than they used to. Like, what does that sound like, right? Like, they're doing... the coin system does not make new players want to play the game at all. It doesn't even affect the new player experience in any way. Most people don't even know what coins do and what they're good and bad for. You have no idea. So like, what does that sound like when you're starting to incentivize people to roll past MP5? That's only going to affect your veterans, your hardcores, obviously. And you're just trying to milk more money out of what is left of your player base, right? That's what they're doing. They're going down like the exact same path. And yeah, it sucks and it's scary, but you know, there's a chance they'll turn it around with all this management changes and their creative lead quit and Aniplex is taking over and they're hiring lots of new staff. They have job postings for like every position ever. So there's a real chance that they can turn it around, but there's also a chance they'll just keep going down this road. And that's why I was unhappy with that craft essence change a while ago. Because it seems like even though in the short term it's good for the game, it's kind of small term thinking, and it's such a, you know, see red, press red way of kind of addressing the new player experience. We're like, oh, you gotta get a craft essence to increase the drop rate of void dust. Like that's like how like a new player is gonna care about any of that. Yeah, I've heard there's some other mobile games out there that deal with this stuff a lot better, but they're normally smaller devs, and with smaller devs you have an easier time of like one person that knows what the fuck they're doing, getting control of the ship and steering it the right way. Where when you have larger companies, and like with Aniplex, you need almost everything in the right. You need executives that know what they're doing. You need a lead dev that knows what they're doing. You need like the heads of each department, like when it comes to art and all that kind of stuff. Everyone needs to know what they're doing. They all need to be on the same page. They all need the same goal. That almost never happens. Normally when the companies get really big, the left hand doesn't even know what the right hand is doing. So you're never going to get these nuanced, you know, fixes for games that really do find the right balance of new player experience, keeping the game fun, but also monetizing it right. That doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen. So it is concerning. Now, there's no way the spaghetti code has anything to do with the craft essence. No way. Even with the spaghetti code, there's nothing hard about them adjusting drop rates. They've done it in the past. They've already done it. They've literally already adjusted the drop rates on free quests in the past. It was in a very minor way, but they did it. And they know how to make a new stage entirely that has a new drop rate. So I don't, that's That's the simplest thing ever to change. It's literally just changing a number around. Now there are other things the spaghetti code definitely makes problems for, but I don't think that's it at all. Man, I was really hoping to get to Morgan today, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's we're getting there though. We are on the way to the city, but I think we'll do it next time. Yeah, we're really close to the fight with the little lolly dragon. That's the one. And that is close to Morgan. You fight that, you fight Burgess, which he is like throwing on purpose, but and you fight some trash mobs here and there. We really needed like 4 0 AP stages in a row instead of, you know, condensing this into 1 or 2. I honestly don't know why they didn't just boost the drop rate. It's because they think it's like more fun or something. I don't even know. They're always like that though. They're always doing these weird convoluted things. And like I said, it's what's really bad about the CE is the future, right? Because they're gonna have to add more of them. And they're gonna add ones for like hero proofs, and you're gonna get multi-copies of the same one, and then your inventory is just terrible. Okay, we're out of AP, so I think we're gonna wrap up here. I know it's a little bit shorter, but it's already kind of late, and I do want to play some Nioh, so we'll get to this tomorrow, and we'll beat up Morgan, or get beat up by Morgan. I guess we'll see. But for those that are just here for FGO, thank you for hanging out. Kind of sorry we didn't fight any real bosses today, but yeah, I just kind of lost track of time today, and I thought it was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, okay, it's time to stream, and it was like 7:20, and I was like, shit. So I'll try to stream a bit earlier tomorrow if I can. But yeah, we'll switch to some Nioh. I want to play some of that before it gets too late. When it gets late, my brain don't work so good for these difficult video games, so. But yes, for those that are just here for FGO, thank you for hanging out. We shall switch over to the weeby souls, if you will. Give me one moment here. Gotta change all the stream information. Man, I really want to use Bazette for something. I should really summon her on the Herc account, because I haven't gotten to use her for anything meaningful. I am indeed getting old. All right, chat, give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart the stream so the VODs are separated, and I'll be back in just like 2 seconds.